Hey Steve, how many times do you laugh during the typical day?
Great question, Eric. It's a lot. I find time in my day to actually create opportunities to laugh as much as possible. And there's a reason for that, because when we laugh, the brain releases this cocktail of chemicals,
Yeah,
which play a significant role in our well-being. Endorphins, dopamine, serotonin. Like I say, these cocktail of chemicals, which we class as like the feel-good chemicals.
right. And laughing is contagious. So
Absolutely.
more on that in a moment. But first,
Hello, I'm Steve.
and I'm Eric, and together we are two dads with one mission.
Welcome to the 𝗙𝗑𝗃 podcast. This is the show for dads, all about fatherhood, faith, and freedom, one conversation at a time.
All right, Steve, so let's jump back into this contagious thing. So if I just started laughing, what would happen to you?
Well, well, that's it. Yeah, my lips are kind of already upturning. If you're watching the video version of this on our YouTube channel, yeah, when somebody else laughs, you cannot not. It kind of it's contagious.
Yeah, exactly.
You cannot not kind of replicate and kind of carry on. In kind of those emotions, I guess, of laughter.
Yeah. And I think if you're a parent or you've been around little babies, you've probably had this experience either with yourself or you've seen it happen where you kind of look down at a baby with just kind of a neutral face and then you smile at them.
Yeah.
Right. And that baby just immediately their eyes sparkle in their mouth, they smile, and it's just great.
It is. It's a magical moment. Magic moments, as I call those.
Yeah.
I mean, Eric, I'm reminded of a little incident that's kind of I don't know whether incident's the right word to use, but a set of circumstances that's happening right now. And Jess, my wife, and I, for those of you who have been listening sort of previous podcasts, we've got a baby who's growing so fast. He was literally earlier this week on Monday, he was 6 months old. So baby Vincent is now 6 months old, but Jess loves it when I spend time with him. He's going through what I call his laughter and giggle phase.
Yeah, that's great.
And Jess loves it when I'm kind of getting laughter, and she said, "Oh, Steve, I love it when he's giggling and laughing with you. He does it so much better than me." It's like, how do you do that? Well, here's a little secret, and we talk about it being contagious. The reason
Don't
why,
tell Jess.
yeah, well, if Jess wants to know, because I've avoided telling her why at the moment. It's my little secret, but it's the cat's going to be out of the bag after she listens to this episode, because she does listen to all of our podcasts. She's our biggest fan. But yeah, the reason why I get so much laughter out of Vincent is because when he starts to laugh, I laugh too. The more he laughs, the more I laugh, and it's infectious. And we get this almost like this cooperative flow of laughter between us, which kind of keeps the energy going. That's the secret. If you want someone to laugh more, you laugh too.
Yeah. So let's transition into, we're calling this episode "Laughter to the Max." Like, why would you want to have more or maximum laughter in your life?
Yeah, there's real science behind this, scientific reasons, and there's a tremendous amount of research.
Yeah.
So don't just take our word for it. Go and Google and or your other favorite search engine and find some of the research in this. But look, when we laugh, our brain releases this cocktail of chemicals, these feel-good chemicals. And they do, there's scientific evidence now that they play a significant role in our well-being. In fact, some of you may recall there was a movie once, which is based on a true story, Robin Williams' Patch Adams, where this doctor would create laughter on his ward, and it would help these kids in the movie to basically just create more well-being about themselves.
Yeah.
And it's based on I believe it's based on a true story. And there was a real doctor called Patch Adams that would basically prescribe laughter as a form of treatment. So anyway, we have this cocktail of chemicals. We have these endorphins which are released. So these are often referred to, these feel-good chemicals, and endorphins that are released during laughter. that can help in many things. They can help to reduce pain and boosting mood as well. So
Yeah.
if your mood's a little low, it can boost and make you kind of feel a little bit better in terms of your level of mood. Then we got dopamine. Dopamine, this is this reward neurotransmitter. So when we laugh, we release dopamine. So our dopamine levels rise. And, this leads to a feeling, of kind of pleasure and reward. So we get rewarded for laughing. So why wouldn't you want to laugh more? Right. And then finally, we've got things like serotonin. So serotonin is often termed kind of the happy chemical. Serotonin plays this real crucial role in regulating our mood as well. So increased levels of serotonin can lead to feelings of well-being, contentment, happiness. Right. So if you imagine all of those,
lower serotonin levels it's directly related to like clinical depression, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. So why wouldn't you want to have more endorphins, more dopamine, more serotonin introduced or flooding your nervous system? And the way to do that is by laughing to the max.
So think about this. I know that depression is directly related to just a plethora of other, maladies and diseases in the body, right? So going back to this Patch Adams thing, he obviously understood the power of increasing these chemicals and the impact it would have on other seemingly unrelated health issues that a person might be having. Like, so this old axiom of laughter is the best medicine. Well, you could call that an old wives' tale, right? But we know better now. We know scientifically that is actually a fact.
No, it is a fact. There's actually 5 reasons why laughter is beneficial to the nervous system. The first reason is stress reduction. Laughter can reduce the levels of stress hormones, which can help in reducing the overall feelings of stress. So, number 1, stress reduction. Number 2, relaxation. The act of laughing can relax the whole body. So, with effects, lasting long after that laugh. So they can last up to, 30, 45 minutes from kind of that bout of laughing. That relaxation continues in the nervous system. It can boost your immune system. You touched on that very briefly there. There are some studies that suggest laughter can increase the production of immune cells, antibodies, and help in fighting off illness. So there you go. That's Patch Adams 101 there.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. Number 4, it increases pain tolerance. So thanks to those endorphins that are released, they become sort of natural painkillers. So if you laugh more, the process of laughing means the nervous system is paying less attention to maybe, natural pain that's going on. Maybe if you've got backache, or some other significant pain that's causing you a little discomfort, laughing more will distract you and acts as like this natural painkiller.
Yep. And that was number 5.
Finally, the 5th one is an improved cardiovascular health as well. So laughter really gets your heart pumping. It can improve the function of blood vessels, leading to that improved cardiovascular.
And think about that. Cardiovascular disease has been number 1, 2, or 3 of top diseases for decades now, right?
Hey, so let's just circle back to that number 1. That laughter gets the heart pumping. Look, have you ever laughed so much and so hard and for so long that it hurts?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it gets the heart pumping.
Yeah. Isn't that? Yeah. It's really amazing how we're designed. So I was thinking back to about 5 years ago when I was going through, and I've mentioned this before in other episodes, but I was going through kind of some of the worst personal stress that I've really ever been in: divorce, custody, the fear of losing my child or losing access to my child, all that kind of stuff, and just all the change and everything that's related to those kind of events. And I was in a really bad place, and I rarely ever laughed, and it was impacting everything about my daily life and my outlook on life and everything. Relationships, I was secluded more, and then I finally kind of turned the corner and I decided, okay, I'm gonna, I knew enough about personal development. I knew I could just kind of work my way out of that, do the work. And I did. Well, what happened was I didn't really ever think about like laughter intentionally, but I think it was about 2 years ago, I kind of realized, like, almost like I woke up one day and I'm like, wow, I laugh so easy and I laugh all the time. And it just comes really easy to me now.
Yeah.
And I realized that was one of the kind of unspoken results of just doing the work and going from like damaged to thriving. And it's just so easy to laugh now, even in when there's real like negative events. Personally, my coach just passed away a couple of days ago. And even within that, I'm finding opportunities to laugh and just remember the good things about his life. And laughter just comes really easy. And it's I know that it's just compounding and making my life better and my health better and my spirituality better. And there's so much laughter in the Bible, and there's so many funny things in the Bible. So laughter is really truly the best medicine.
Absolutely, absolutely. So here's the thing: we kind of just spoke very briefly before we hit the record button, and you may recall, Eric, I had basically, so we were just going through our kind of prep for this episode. I had two goals, and the first goal, and hopefully I've done that, and if not, rewind the podcast, listen to it again, is to kind of educate you on the science behind laughter and the benefits it has on the nervous system. And when you intellectually get, which I'm hoping I've done, and that outcome has been achieved for all of us now, hopefully when you intellectually get why the benefits of laughing is so good on the nervous system, the second goal I had for this episode is then inviting you to find opportunities during your day to create more laughter in your life. Now, I don't know what that looks like for you. It might be after a hard day's work, putting your feet up this evening and maybe watching some of your favorite box set, which is a funny box set. It might be, laughing and joking around the dining table as you're having a meal with your friends and family. It may be picking up the phone and speaking to a loved one and cracking some jokes. I don't know what it is, but my outcome is really to invite you to find opportunities now that the benefits and the well-being on your nervous system, to laugh to the max as much as you can during every single day, to go find those opportunities to create more laughter in your life.
So just that's a great list. And I would encourage, our listeners to really think about those things that Steve just listed off, but think about this situation. So maybe you work all day. I don't know what your habits are, but and then maybe you sit down in front of the TV at night and you watch a crime show, right? And people are dying, there's investigation, there's bad guys, and it's just all kind of negative, right? And then you go to bed. What's the impact of that on your life? Or you could, as Steve said, like a box set, or I often will pull up a comedy special, and watch and basically just put myself in the opportunity to laugh and laugh and laugh, and then go to bed. And I'm telling you, that experiment with that. You'll be amazed at the results of how your mind is when you go to bed.
Yeah, so those 5 things, again, just recapping, just laughing before bed, stress reduction, relaxation, boosting your immune system, increased pain tolerance, that natural, painkillers, and improving, your blood pump and the cardiovascular health.
Yeah, all amazing stuff. All right, we need to wrap this thing up. So what's our next episode, Steve?
We're going to go unplugged, Eric. Another unplugged episode. So
do we have any idea what the topic is, or are we just gonna wing it?
We're going to wing it as normal. So we'll pick something on the day, or hopefully, one of our regular podcasts.
There you go. That's what I was looking for. Hey, we are wide open. If you got something you want us to talk about, let us know. We'd love to cover it.
Yep. And how do we find us, Eric? How do they reach out to us?
Hey, it's simple. Go to allieddads.com. And you can find all of our information there, all of our socials, emails. If you want to contact us, we encourage you to do so.
Fantastic. And again, you'll find us on your favorite streaming channels. Hit those bell buttons, subscribe buttons, specifically if you're watching the video version of the podcast on our YouTube channel. We'd appreciate those subscribes and those bells. New episodes are cut every Thursday, and you'll be notified as soon as a new episode hits the sort of the list out there.
Absolutely. Okay. Hey, we appreciate you being here, Steve. It's good to talk with you, and
Always.
We'll see you in a week.
We'll see you on the next episode.
All right. Bye-bye.